If you're new to this channel, subscribe and comment. And I'm very happy this wonderful evening to be here. And if you're new, welcome to this channel. It is around 3 a.m. Kenyan time, and I'm blessed to be here this wonderful morning. I'll be reading, at least for 1 hour because I am to rush somewhere. And once I'm through, then we can continue. Any question up to there? We're reading from the book of Daniel, and let me continue reading. Any question up to there? Then Daniel spoke to him with wisdom and tact. He asked the king's officer, "Why did the king issue such a harsh decree?" Arioch then explained the matter to Daniel. At this, Daniel went in to the king and asked for time so that he must interpret the dream for him. Then Daniel returned to his house and explained the matter to his friends, Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah. He urged them to plead for mercy from the God of heaven concerning this mystery, because it was a mystery that this man Nebuchadnezzar came. This man Nebuchadnezzar, came with this mystery to test the wise men of Babylon to see whether they were indeed, saying they were speaking the truth or they were lying. So let us continue reading. He urged them to plead for mercy from the God of heaven concerning this mystery, so that he and his friends might not be executed with the rest of the wise men of Babylon. During the night, the mystery was revealed to Daniel. Then Daniel praised the Lord of heaven and said, "Praise be to the name of God forever and ever. He changes times and seasons. He deposes kings and raises up others. He gives wisdom to the wise and knowledge to the discerning. He reveals deep and hidden things. He knows what lies in the darkness. And light dwells with him." If you're new to this channel, we're reading from the book of Daniel. We're in Daniel chapter 2, and I hope that you'll read the scripture with me. And I'm very happy to be here this wonderful evening. So let us continue reading. I thank and praise you, God, for my ancestors. You have made them known to me what we asked of you, and you have made known to us the dream of the king. So here Nebuchadnezzar had a dream, and he did not reveal his dream to the wise men of Babylon, and he wanted to know whether they were scammers, whether they were telling him the truth. So he gave them an ultimatum for them to reveal the dream. But it was only Daniel and his 3 friends who came from Israel, who were able to, who the dream was revealed to them altogether. Then Daniel went to Arioch, whom the king had appointed to execute the wise men of Babylon, and said to him, "Do not execute the wise men of Babylon. Take me to the king, and I will interpret his dream for him." Arioch took Daniel to the king at once and said, "I found a man amongst the exiles from Judah who can tell the king, London, My day was great. What about yours? My day was wonderful. I'm grateful. How about you? We're reading from the book of Daniel. Good, good, good. So let's continue reading. We just, yeah, I'm great. I'm great. I'm great, James. I'm great. I'm doing good. So let's continue reading. Then the king asked Daniel, also, are you able to tell me what I saw in my dream and interpret it? Daniel replied, no, wise man. No wise man, enchanter, magician, or diviner can explain to the king the mystery he had asked about. Yes, we are reading from the book of Daniel. We're in chapter 2. But there's a God in heaven who reveals mysteries. He has shown King Nebuchadnezzar what will happen in days to come. Your dreams and visions that pass through your mind are as you were lying in your bed are these. So Daniel, in fact, even without being told, he told Nebuchadnezzar his dream. As your majesty was lying there, your mind turned to things to come, and the revealer of mysteries shows you what is going to happen. As for me, this mystery has been revealed to me, not because I was greater wisdom than among anyone else, but so that your majesty may know the interpretation and you may understand what went through your mind. So here Nebuchadnezzar was troubled. As all men, he was troubled because he had a dream and could not understand what the dream meant. So let us continue reading to find out what Daniel told him. If you're new to this channel, subscribe and comment. So your majesty looked, and there stood a large statue, an enormous, dazzling statue, awesome in appearance. The head of the statue was made of pure gold, its chest and arms of silver, its belly and thighs of bronze, its legs of iron, its feet partly of iron and partly of baked clay. While you were watching, a rock was cut out, not a human hands, okay, and clay. It struck the statue on its feet of iron and clay, and smashed them. Okay, that is where Daniel chapter 2. Then the iron, the clay, and the bronze, the silver, and the gold were all broken to pieces and became like chaff. Okay, on the threshing floor in the summer. If you're new to this channel, subscribe and comment. We'll be reading. I said I'll be reading the scripture this morning because it's at 3 in the morning. So we'll be reading the scripture because I'm also preparing. I want to prepare myself to go to church. I'll be going the first service. I usually go the first service in the morning. My mind is still fresh. Okay, the wind swept them away without leaving a trace, but the rock that struck the statue became a huge mountain and filled the whole earth. This was the dream, and now I will interpret it to the king. So Daniel already revealed the dream of Nebuchadnezzar and also gave him the interpretation of the dream. Your Majesty, you are the King of Kings. The God of heaven has given you dominion and power and the might and glory. In your hands he has placed all mankind and the beasts of the field and the birds in the sky. Wherever they live, he has made you ruler over them. You are that head of gold. So here Daniel revealed to Nebuchadnezzar that he was the head of gold. After you, another kingdom will arise inferior to yours. Next, a third one of bronze, will rule over the whole earth. Finally, there will be a fourth kingdom, strong as iron, for iron breaks and smashes everything. And as iron breaks things to pieces, so it will crush and break all the others. So here the iron will crush all the others. Just as you saw that the feet and the toes were partly of baked clay and partly of iron, so this will be a divided kingdom, yet it will have some of the strength of iron in it, even as you saw iron mixed with clay. At the toes were partly iron and partly clay, so this kingdom would be partly strong and partly brittle. And just as you saw the iron mixed with baked clay, so the people will be a mixture and will not remain united any more than iron mixed with clay. So here Daniel was giving an interpretation of the dream of Nebuchadnezzar. In the time of those kings, the God of heaven will set up a kingdom that will never be destroyed, nor will it be left to another kingdom. It will crush all those kingdoms and bring them to an end, but it will itself endure forever. This is the meaning of the vision of the rock cut out of a mountain, but not by human hands, a rock that broke the iron, the bronze, the clay, the silver, and the gold to pieces. The great God has shown the king what will take place in the future. The dream is true and its interpretation is trustworthy. Then King Nebuchadnezzar fell prostrate to the ground before Daniel and paid him honor and ordered that an offering and incense be presented to him. The king said to Daniel, "Surely your God is the God of gods and the Lord of kings and a revealer of mysteries." If you're new to this channel, subscribe and comment. I'll be more than happy to be here for you. Were able to reveal this mystery to me. Then the king placed Daniel in a high position and lavished many gifts on him. He made him ruler over the entire province of Babylon and placed him in charge of all its wise men. If you're new to subscribe and comment. Moreover, at Daniel's request, the king appointed Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, the chief ministers over the provinces of Babylon, while Daniel himself remained at the royal court. We are reading from Daniel chapter 3. If you're new to this channel, subscribe and comment. Any question after there? There are only 12 chapters in this book, so bear with me. We're just about to continue reading. So King Nebuchadnezzar made an image of gold of 60 cubits high and 6 cubits wide, and set it up on the plain of Dura in the province of Babylon. He then summoned the satraps, prefects, governors, advisors, treasurers, judges, and magistrates, and all the other provincial officials to come to the dedication of the image he had set up. If you're new to this channel, subscribe and comment. So the satraps, prefects, governors, advisors, treasurers, judges, magistrates, and all the other provincial officials assembled for the dedication of the image that King Nebuchadnezzar had set up, and they stood before it. Then the herald loudly proclaimed, "Nations and people of every language, this is what you are commanded to do as soon as you hear the sound of the horn, flute, zither, lyre, harp, pipe, and all kinds of music. You must fall down and worship the image of the gold that King Nebuchadnezzar has set up. Whoever does not fall down and worship will immediately be thrown to a blazing furnace. Therefore, as soon as they heard the sound of the horn, flute, zither, lyre, harp, and all kinds of music, all the nations and the people of every language fell down and worshipped the image of the gold that King Nebuchadnezzar had set up. This was an image of gold. At this time, some astrologers came forward and denounced the Jews. They said to King Nebuchadnezzar, "May the king live forever. Your Majesty has issued a decree that everyone who hears the sound of the horn, flute, zither, lyre, harp, pipe, and all kinds of music must fall down and worship the image of gold. And that whoever does not fall down